Now that you have advanced your understanding through seeing it and trying it, it's time to use it. Let's consider creative ways to apply the learning. Now that you've had an opportunity to practice with the existing files, you have a Camtasia project file that has the appropriate name and the folder for the rendered video. I want to emphasize the importance of organizing your resources for importing ahead of doing the import. To do this, I'm going to take one of the slides that is currently used in the project and I'm going to move it to the desktop so it's no longer in the folder. And now when I open up this import demo Camtasia project, notice I'm going to get a prompted message that indicates it can't find this particular slide 1 file. So it says, do you want to find the file? So if I say yes, and now I've got to locate it, and in this case I know it's on the desktop. So once I help the program find the tool or find the file, it will show up in the clip bin and in the timeline. But the challenge with linking out to files that are in different places is that as you move on to other projects, it will become increasingly more difficult to remember where all those resources are, or if they get deleted and in those different locations, it's very hard to manage. So I just want to point that out as you start to collect images or practice additional ways of customizing the importing of media content. It can be real tempting to just import content from all the variety of places that they exist. But it's very important to have an organized folder structure to work with. And so if I try, let me just minimize this. If I try to move this, I'm going to get a prompted message that it's being used in Camtasia right now, so it can't move the file. So I can cancel that effort, and then my solution for moving the files is to close out of Camtasia. In this case, I'll save it. So it's currently locating the files in the folder, plus I've got an additional file here on the desktop. So it's managing all those files in those locations. And notice that the file size is very small. So the Camtasia project file is just referring to the content rather than embedding the content. And this linking to content means you need to manage the locations that the content is at. So let's try one more time. We'll move this file back to our folder. Now when we open up Camtasia, we'll see if it finds it by default since those other files are already in that location, or if it's remembering that it was on the desktop. So I didn't get the prompt. So since that particular file was in the same location as all those other files, it had no problem finding it. And that's just an opportunity for an awareness of how to organize and how important it is to organize those files when you start out a project.